Welcome back to the show. And we've got Dr. Vanga in the studio with us. And for those who do not know who Dr. Vanga is, well, he is a seasoned in the area of time management, and he is an accomplished time consultant, author, and also businessman. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Vanga.
Good evening, Najia.
Thank you so much. Well, today's edition, we're going to talk about last minute work, and it is so common among us, not just Malaysians. I think it's it's been happening all over the world as well. It's just a part of us. Well, usually we would leave the house at 8:45 when we know that the meeting will start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and homework and assignments due in a few days time, and we'll start one day before the due date. And as common as it sounds, this is something that we all can avoid, and that's what Dr. Vanga is going to share with us today, and that is avoiding last minute work. Before that, if you would like to ask Dr. Vanga any questions regarding time management, you can do so by calling us at 0326927931. Or for those of you who are shy to be on air, you can actually email us at 812 at radio24.com.my. I repeat, 812 at radio24.com.my. Or just visit our Facebook page, which is Bernama Radio 24, and give us your questions right there, and Dr. Vanga will be more than happy to help you solve your problem on time management issues. Well, Dr. Vanga, I'm sure that this whole last minute work is nothing new to you.
No.
And tell us, what are the common mistakes or problems that usually causes someone to do last minute work?
I think the first thing we got to do is to define what is last minute thing. Just to share some examples. For instance, when we go to school, as an example, the teacher gives you a date in which the exam will take place. Let's say that it's going to be November. The exam is going to be November. Most children do not bother to even do revision work until the very last minute. This is our starting. And then as a child, when we grow up also, we were told to do it now, last minute, by our parents. You see, that is as a child, and as an adult, for instance, we leave things to the last minute because habitually we've got away with it. Example, you need something very urgently. Let's say, take an example, Valentine's Day as an example. Most amount of sales is done at the last minute, between 4 in the afternoon to about 6 in the evening. So why we always do that? But that's why, in fact, the whole human race have survived doing things the last minute. So the question is, should we be bothered about it? I think the answer is yes. That is the what I'm saying that people always leave things until the last minute, and then they get away with it. But my belief is they don't understand that actually they can accomplish more. So once I've defined the what is, if you look through a list of things that we all do, we rush into a car, we're late for appointments, we rush into a meeting, we're late for them, we're not prepared for it, we haven't read anything. So all these are common everyday problem that we face. And I tell you this, okay, if only we can get a little better, I assure you we will have a better, stressless life and enjoy life actually.
Well, it's a habit, like you said. It's human nature to do things at the very last minute. That's because at one point or another, we know that, hey, after all, it won't be that bad. Even if we're late for 15 minutes, it's only 15 minutes.
Right.
How can you make someone angry if you're late for 15 minutes?
That's
so
right.
most of the time we get away with it. But just because we've been doing it for the longest time, and just because everybody around us is doing it, doesn't make it right, though.
No.
And the common, what are the most important things when it comes to planning your time, in your opinion?
Okay, first, I think, let me just get back to that. First, we know what the problems are. Then we need to know why. See, the why we are last minute is because we believe we are more capable of doing things last minute than actually thinking through to do it. We don't know the why. You see, we all believe that we are like machine. A human being has a brain. that cannot be managed by people. I mean, a person cannot manage his own thinking. Give you an example. If for 1 minute you lose concentration, your mind is all over the place, it's going everywhere. And that's why when we want to do something, we say, I'll do it afterward. It is then filed into some place. It's difficult to find again.
Right.
So a lot of time, we know what the problems are. We don't know the why. Now, once we know why we are behaving like that, then it's easy to solve the problem. A lot of people actually do not know why they do things the last minute. If you sit down with them and go through, which I've done, and many a time you discover actually they don't even realize that they are doing this last minute. Like wanting to do something, but postponed it because of the fact that, it was not, I will do it afterward. And then suddenly it becomes very urgent, needs to be done now. And then when you do it in the now, at a very stressed level, the quality of what you do it does not equate to what you really want. And you become very dissatisfied, stressed out of it. So why does that happen to you? Because first, as a human being, we have a very powerful brain which thinks for itself and does almost everything automatically. So we put most of what we want to do into the automatic process, and hopefully it'll remind us what to do. So what happens is we use gadgets, handphones, all kinds of modern gadgets to remind us. Outlook is an example. I got to go for a meeting at 9 o'clock. No? It's already 10 minutes past 9. I'm already late. It's still reminding me. So we continue to do this without realizing that our behavior is part of this problem of doing things the last minute. And this is the problem. Do I have a solution? Yes, I have a solution. But it's not an easy solution. It is a time. You got to realize that whatever you've been doing, you need to change the behavior of what you're doing. And that to change that behavior is the most difficult part of human life.
So it's a paradigm shift overall. You got to change the way you think.
Yes.
And that is how you can manage your time. Well, the common excuse why people do things at the very last minute is because they believe that they worked better at the very last minute. Like, oh, I work better under pressure. I'm more creative when I do things late at night. So when the meeting is the next morning, they do everything. They write, they draw, present, practice, and everything the night before the presentation that morning.
Okay.
So
I give you an example, a good example. You've been to school, you've been to the university, sir. You sit for a paper, and when you are finished, during the time you're doing the paper, maybe it takes 2 hours. You stress yourself to do the paper the best you can. And suddenly after you finish, you come out of the hall, examination hall, and suddenly you remember you've forgotten this and you've forgotten that you should have done this way, or you should have structured it a little better. All that comes to you because when you put pressure on your brain to demand for it to do something for you, instead of helping you, it in fact leads you somewhere else, and you don't actually produce good result. On the other hand, if you are a relaxed person, then you can structure yourself very well and get things done. Give you another example. If you go into an examination hall, look at the paper that you're going to write, and then put down, okay, I'm going to answer these 4 questions, and I'm going to do it this way, the one. You structure it. And when you are relaxed, your brain helps you to accomplish it. Example again, look at all those drivers that drive a car. They are very impatient, rushing to get things done, and they're cutting all over the place. At the end of the day, if you take that person to another person who has calmly taken the road, he probably arrived there better and in a safer condition than somebody else who's rushing through it. So what we need to learn as a human being is we cannot put stress on ourselves. The more stress you put on you, the less will be the result you get. This has been proven for a fact.
So the more relaxed you are, the more productive you will be.
I think we can put it the other way around. Before you do anything, you know to think through or plan through. Once you think through, hey, I want to do this, and this is the way I'm going to do it. If you think through it and spend just a couple of minutes thinking through what you have to do, probably you'll produce it much better than rushing into it. Under stress,